What's going on? James Bonadies here. In this video, I am going to walk you step by step through everything that you need to start your own digital marketing agency. Now, it doesn't matter what year it is, right? 2022, 2015, 2030. In the end, digital marketing agencies help businesses get more leads and customers. That will always be needed. It always was needed, and it will continue to be needed in the future. And that is why I absolutely love this business model. It's the business model that got me out of my 9 to 5. Well, it wasn't really a 9 to 5. It was like a 7 to 3, being a teacher in a high school and then a vice principal in a high school, and then finally resigning in 2018 because my digital marketing agency grew so big I had to make a decision, right? So with that being said, what are the things that you need to do this, and why a digital marketing agency I believe is the best business to start? Because I've done them all, right? I've done e-com, I've done affiliate marketing, I've done blog networks, I've done a lot of different things. And the only thing that ever stuck, the only thing that actually worked and got me out of my job and ended up making me millions of dollars online, truth be told, was this business. And I've had the luxury of teaching over 7,000 people, but in this video, I'm going to give it to you for free. Okay, so let me throw this up on the screen. Here's the walkthrough of what we're going to be discussing, right? I'm going to give you the intro, which we just went through, and then expectations and what your dream outcome of starting your own digital marketing agency, right? What are your expectations and what should they be? Solidifying your decision. When you make a decision, how do you lock your brain into saying, this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm going to continue to do no matter what happens, right? What services are you going to offer? A proof of concept and how to build authority. Finding customers, because ultimately that is where you're going to make the money. Should you have a team or not have a team? And again, making money, pricing, and what all that looks like. Okay, so let's jump into it right here, right now. So one of the biggest problems that I see after, again, teaching over 7,000 people this exact business model is their expectations of money they can make, how fast they can make it, versus what did they actually think was going to happen and what is their ultimate dream, right? So you need to come up with this. What is it that you want to get out of this business? What's the ultimate goal? What is your why? And what are you expecting in terms of the money you can make and how fast you can make it? See, I've seen people, right? Again, I've had thousands of students, so I've obviously seen every single side of the coin, including everything around the coin. And people tend to believe that this is a get rich quick, or they hope it is, right? Have the expectation when starting a digital marketing agency of, I need to learn the ropes first. I need to have a good foundation. I need to get my mind right. And I need to understand that it's going to take at least 90 days, I would say, to start making money. Now, Adam is an example of, he was 24 years old. He was delivering pizzas. He came in, and within 30 days, he hit $10,000 a month, right? I've had this guy Ben Stewart, who was a CEO of a huge corporation, wanted to get out of it. And he came in and, landed a couple clients fast and then lost them, then landed a few more and then lost them. And it wasn't until a year later that he finally, I guess in his mind, made a decision and said, look, I've been doing this, on and off for about a year. This is going to work. And his decision to make it work and a few different things we had to show him what to do, he ended up building a multiple 7-figure business, okay? Everybody's different. Everybody finds success in their own time or never finds it. And so your expectations and your dreams will basically solidify the journey that you will be on, right? Just because you want to make money fast doesn't mean your actions will actually put you in the position to make money fast. On average, I would say somebody who's very serious in this business can get a good foundation within 30 days. You can make money within those 30 days. But most of the time, figure 30 to 60 days, 90 days, who is gung-ho and working 5 to 10 hours a week could see $5,000 to $10,000 a month within 90 days. Okay, it's very common. When I first started this business, I hit $10,000 within 90 days. Jason, my business partner, hit $10,000 within 90 days. I've seen it countless times, and I've also seen the other side of it, obviously, right? The next thing that we would be talking about is how do you solidify this decision where you're set, where it becomes real, right? I made a decision to start my marketing agency. How do I solidify that? And the best thing to do is create your own LLC, right? You want to make this real in your mind if you really want this to work. And the best way to do that is create an LLC. So my first LLC when starting this business was Universal Marketing Associates, LLC. That's what I named it, right? I went in. You can go on Google and search create an LLC. I was cheap at the time and did it myself. I went through state of New Jersey. It's actually really easy. It may take you an hour to do it. It's the cheapest way to do it, but you could go to like, I don't know, Google how to start an LLC and find it. Okay. I don't have any affiliate links for you. I don't have any website to tell you to do it. They're everywhere. And so solidifying your LLC, and by the way, why an LLC? Well, an LLC is going to protect you against if, somebody wants to sue you. Now, don't let that scare you, but every business should at least be an LLC. And you do that for one reason and one reason only. I would say two reasons. First reason is solidifying your decision that you're actually starting a business. The second reason is just in case you say the wrong thing to the wrong person and they want to just, punish you, right? They want to sue you. Look, it's very not probable that will happen, but why not be prepared for it in case it does, right? And so that is typically why we'll recommend, the two reasons why we'll recommend an LLC. And, we have an S Corp in our business, but we're doing very large numbers. So until you get to that point, for tax reasons, it doesn't make sense. But of course, I'm going to say, anytime you're thinking about taxes, make sure you consult an accountant, obviously. All right. So now we're in the services. Like, what are you going to offer? Right. So here I have a business. I'm solidifying it, made a decision to run this business. But now, how do I get paid in a way of like, what am I doing to get paid? I get that question a lot. It's like, great, James, I kind of understand the business, but why are businesses willing to pay us? And the main reason why they're willing to pay people to do this kind of work, these services, which is rep management, message marketing, lead gen, SEO, and there's other ones, but these are the four core that I've used. And so I, obviously teach upon the things that I'm very, very good at. The reason why these are why they're willing to pay for that is because they don't have, number one, they don't have the time. They're running their own business to do it themselves. They don't want to hire another W-2 employee and pay payroll taxes and worry about the interviewing and all that good stuff. They'd rather just 1099 somebody like me, right? Hey, this is what I'm good at. This is what I do. It's $1,500 a month. Write me a check or pay my invoice. And then at the end of the year, 1099 me. That's it. Simple as that. Okay. And so the first one I want to talk about is reputation management. This is a very, very easy, important service to provide, especially if you're new, because number one, it's very easy to get more reviews for businesses who already have customers. Because what we do is, and I'm going to couple it with message marketing, because what we do is we will take potential clients, let's say customer lists that they already have customers of. They already have names, phone numbers. We upload it into, it's a software that we use called Agency Toolbox, and we upload it as a CSV file and a campaign that we already have built, a reputation campaign, that it just sends texts and emails to their customers asking them to leave reviews, and we connect their Google My Business. Now, why are reviews so important? I mean, I don't have to explain it, right? When you go and buy a product on Amazon, you're looking at the reviews. When you are going to pick a doctor to go to, you're going to look at the reviews on their Google My Business or GMB. It's what Google provides. It's a GMB. Not every business has it. That's another service. You can literally charge $1,000 to set up their Google My Business. And, that's another service I don't even have listed here. And so you leave a review. That's where the reviews are being left on their Google My Business profile. And, it's important for businesses. They know this now. 5 years ago, they didn't really know it. Like, okay, well, cool, reviews. But now their competitors, some of their competitors have 150 reviews. They have 2. Like, am I going to choose the business that has 2 reviews or the business that has 150 at least good reviews, right? Obviously not bad reviews. And so we just take their current list and get more reviews from their current list, right? It's a service you could charge $397, $497, $597 a month for. And it literally takes an hour a month to do, right? If it's an ongoing thing, maybe it'll take an hour a week to do, right? The software does all the work. Now you may say, James, well, what software? Well, we use, I mentioned it before, Agency Toolbox. There's other softwares out there like Grade.us, I believe, that is all for rep management. It's kind of expensive. But anyway, you can look up reputation management software if you want to go and do it yourself. Okay. Very, very simple to do. And message marketing is the same concept. We do it with restaurants, right? We always do restaurant challenges in our group, and we'll say, hey, reach out to like 10 restaurants and tell them that you'll run, maybe a free appetizer on every Friday. Come in and get your free appetizer. Mention this, this coupon code, right? That's message marketing. And so rep management and message marketing, again, it's going after the client's previous clients, but what better way to literally pay for your services within month 1 and then every month after by helping them get more reviews and then bringing people in their door from their current clients. And it works great for restaurants. It works great for almost all businesses. Quick wins, right? We call it the quick win service. The next one is, where the fun begins, right? Lead gen, pay-per-click advertising. Pay-per-click advertising is, Facebook advertising is a way to generate leads and more customers for businesses. We use 2-page sites in our group. We give, done for you 2-page sites for people in many niches, like 30 something niches, I think we're up to now. And it's just putting a landing page and a thank you page up on pay-per-click. If somebody's searching for towing near me, my ad is going to show up on top, right? That's what Google pay-per-click is for. It doesn't cost a lot of money depending on what the niche is, and you get results very, very fast for clients. And so that is one of the services. Pay-per-click advertising I love because it's intent-based. Somebody is searching for the business already. You just need to be there to get the click, get them on a landing page that converts, and get their name, email, and phone, or their phone number on the landing page will show up on top. They can click to call, especially for like plumbing and electrical, like blue collar niches, right? And this works for hundreds of niches. Intent based. What does intent based mean? Intent based means is like a customer or a future customer is going to come on Google and they're going to search for the service that they want now, right? They maybe want new windows. They want a new door, whatever it might be. And business owners don't know how to run pay-per-click advertising, or they don't have time to do it. And so they will pay you to do it for them. They see their competitors doing it, and now they just need to find somebody to do it for them. That's where we step in. Pay-per-click, I love. I love pay-per-click. It's so easy to do. It's so easy to run. And you can get clients great results. And they'll see a huge ROI on it, right? And so that is the one portion of the lead gen. Facebook ads, it runs the same thing, right? Facebook ads, pay-per-click advertising, that falls under the lead generation. Then what we have is search engine optimization. And essentially search engine optimization is ranking high in Google. If somebody's looking, Googling electrician, essentially they're just showing up on the top spot. The problem with search engine optimization is it takes a long time to get results. You can charge a lot of money for it, but you need to know what you're doing. And we outsource all of our SEO, which is fine. But there are some businesses that are like, look, I'm going to pay for all of it. I want you to do my rep management, my message marketing, my lead gen, and on the back end, run my SEO. And when you can find those clients, it's $4,000 to $5,000 a month, easily. Okay. One of my first clients I ever landed was a mortgage company. I bit off way more than I can chew, but I charged $5,000 a month as my first client, which was interesting to say the least. And there's a whole story behind it. It's probably somewhere on my YouTube channel where I tell that story. So once you identify, out of these four, which ones am I going to get good at? Which ones am I going to want to offer? Because any of these or all of these can make you a lot of money a month, right? Once you identify these, we need to now have a proof of concept, right? It's cool to offer these services, but how do I gain authority to be able to say, hey, I've done this for other people, I could also do it for you, right? So outside of the authority, we'll get to the authority in a second, but you want to have a company name, you want to have a company website, you want to have a logo, and you want to have a phone number, right? Let's solidify the decision of starting this business. And again, in your mind, I go back to it, solidifying your decision. You have your LLC, now you have your company name, you have your company website, you have your logo, and you have your phone number. When you have that, it changes the dynamic of how you take this business and how fast you move with it, right? You're solidified to yourself. And now if somebody says, hey, cool, what's your website? You can show them the website. Now, James, I don't know how to build a website. I don't even know how to do a logo, phone number. Like, I have a cell phone. Like, what do you mean phone number? So let me touch on this for a second, because this is where people get hung up. I use a software called Agency Toolbox. Okay, it's a white label version of another big name brand, but typically our students are using that, right? It's got drag and drop website builders. We have templates for agencies. You can get your phone number through it, but outside of that, here are some other outside of ones, right? So you can use Canva to create a logo. Very simple to use. Maybe I'll even throw a tutorial on how to build a quick tutorial on how to build a logo in Canva. But basically, Canva for that. Website, you can use Wix, you can use Weebly, WordPress, like I said, Agency Toolbox. So you can use those. Phone numbers, you can do CallRail, CallFire. Those are all tracking softwares, right? I don't want to give my cell phone out mostly, so I use Agency Toolbox, and I have a lead connector app on it, and I have my tracking number on my website, and it goes to my phone if somebody calls my phone number, and I'll know that it's coming from the business side of it, okay? But there are other ways you can do it, right? There's different ways, there's different tools, there's a ton of it, and you can literally do a 20-minute video on every single one of these tools. So again, don't get caught up on the details. This is the overview of everything that you need, okay? So once you have your expectations, you've solidified your decision by creating an LLC. You've picked the services that you're going to offer. You have a proof of concept, right? You're building your authority with a company name, website, logo, and phone number. How do I now be able to now take everything that I've built so far and go to a business and offer your services without having any results at all? And there's two suggestions that I have. And every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m., we do our live Q&A. I've been doing it since 2017. I've barely missed any Wednesdays. I can count them on my two hands in the last 6 years. I pound this into the minds of our students. You have got to, in the beginning, lead with value. All right, and it's a cliche way to say it, and I like it. It drives me crazy that I even have to say it. You have to lead with value, meaning offer your services for free at first. Is there a way around this? Absolutely. In a warm market, you have a friend who owns a business, charge them a couple $100 to cover ad spend. Absolutely. If you could do that, great, go and do it, right? So what we typically say is, look, if you're talking to somebody who has an interest, right? Can you get a couple $100 from them to say, look, just started this business, and be completely new. You've worked with other marketing companies, through like conversation, maybe it hasn't worked out for you. Tell you what, give me a chance to prove my worth to you. Just cover the ad spend of this. I don't even need to collect money myself. I don't care about getting paid, right? I would love to use you as my case study that when I get you more leads and you get more customers from what I'm going to do for you, whatever service is, rep management, message marketing, lead gen, or all of them, whatever you want to do. I want to use you as a case study. Would you be willing to do that for me, right? It's the easiest way. In the beginning, right, I told you I landed my first paying client, but I had 2 other clients prior that, truthfully, I paid out of pocket, but I didn't pay much, right? I think I used a Google AdWords. I think it was spend 150, get 150 back. They still have those coupons around. And I said, you know what? This is my business. I'm going to invest in it. I need to have a proof of concept. I need to not only prove to myself this is going to work, right? And I'm willing to spend $150 plus I get another free 150. I also need to have some authority that this is going to work, right? And so that's what I did. I ran ads for a medical device company on Google. I got them a bunch of leads. I paid it for it out of my pocket. And now I was able to show the mortgage company, look at how many leads I generated this medical device company just running on pay-per-click, right? And so there's something very valuable to say where you could say to somebody, if you want to start this business, put a couple $100 away to prove to yourself this business will work, that if you put a ad up on Google, let's say, with a 2-page site, landing page, thank you page, that if I do that, I'm going to get leads. And the minute I get a lead, I'm sold and convinced that this business is going to work. So it's an investment in yourself, and it's an investment in somebody else where you're showing value first. You're willing to take the hit in the beginning because I have no proof behind me that this is going to work, right? And if you're not willing to do that, you have to ask yourself expectations, dreams. What is it in life that I really want if I can't even spend a couple $100 to prove to myself this business is going to work and to prove to a potential client that I'm going to take care of you and I'm going to get your results, right? Because after you do that, now you can name your price. After you've done all this, finding customers, where do I find customers, right? So you can, I've watched other tutorials on starting a digital marketing agency. They're very broad about how to do this. So I'm going to directly tell you where you can find clients, and I'm going to be completely transparent. You could do it the cold email, cold call way, right? Just cold email and cold call people in your town, right? And pitch them. You could do that, right? It's a slow way to grow. You can go friends and family, right? Can you recommend a business, that you may be friends with, that would be willing to give me a shot, or at least talk to me? There's nothing like, think about how powerful it is, even as a multi-level marketing company. The first thing they make you do, or you're selling life insurance, you're selling anything, give me the top 50 warm market people and that's going to be your list. And multi-level marketing companies end up being billion-dollar companies because of that, right? They find a new recruit, warm market. Find another new recruit, warm market. So why couldn't you do the same thing, right? If you really, again, goes back to expectations and dreams. What are you willing to do? You could post it on Facebook if you're not too comfortable reaching out. Hey, I'm starting this new business venture. I'm learning the ins and outs on helping business owners get more leads and customers. Anybody in my friends list could recommend me a business owner so I can, it would be no cost out of their pocket, but I can run a trial for them, right? Trials is a big thing that we teach. And so what we do there is we're just starting to reach out. We're getting more comfortable. We're solidifying our decision. Every step we take to solidify our decision is you're going to go longer in making this work, right? You're going to see this through. And so other ways, like literally freelancer, Upwork, like we have students on Upwork that make $200,000-$300,000 a year. They literally, all they do is bid on jobs on Upwork. I need rep management because these are business owners raising their hands. I need rep management. I need, I want to market to my current customers. I want somebody to run my pay-per-click advertising. Like, let me tell you something. You can make millions of dollars online just through Upwork offering these services. Okay, I see it every day. Freelancer is another one. And so the last piece of the puzzle, I would say, is you could use something called the leads in advance method. I maybe post a video above on how to, we call it the leads in advance, value up front, which would be go to page 3 of Google and find a tow truck company who is getting no leads or customers. And you can literally throw up a 2-page towing site, run ads to a tow truck company, tracking number gets forwarded to the person on page 3, send them a few free leads, reach out to them and say, hey, I've been sending you a few leads. I don't know if you've been getting them. Typically, this is the way I used to do it. Now we're teaching our students to, reach out to the business owner first and ask if they'd be willing to accept a few free leads. Hey, look, business owner, tow truck company, I have an overflux of towing leads. I can't service them. Would you be willing to take a few free leads over the next few days? I have nobody to service them in this area. They're not going to say no. They always say yes. And then the end of the conversation is, look, if I send you some and you land some jobs, would you be willing to discuss possibly a fair trade for these influx of leads that I have to send them to you? Would you be willing to open and talk about it? Then you send them the leads. They'll land a few jobs. And the calls are tracked. You can see how many calls come in from the pay-per-click advertising that you're running. And now you have authority, ammunition. And what I love, this is what I've done dozens of times, is if they say no after I've sent them leads, say, cool. And I'll look at their competitor close to them and I'll say, cool. I'll tell you what, I'll just contact ABC Towing down the street. All right. Usually pisses them off. Just a cool little sales way around it, right? And it makes me feel good to piss them off because they piss me off by saying no. All right, and so those are the ways, really. Like you do leads in advance, you can do Upwork freelance, you do warm market, and you can do cold in your own local area. Like there are many ways to make money in this business, and there are millions of businesses out there that will pay for these services. Then you're going to come, once you land a few clients, you're going to be like, you're going to see everybody talks about team this, team that. Look, again, expectations and dreams. What do you want to build a $100,000 a month marketing agency? If you do, you're going to need a team. Do you want to build a $10,000 a month marketing agency? You don't need a team. Like you could literally get a VA at $3 an hour when you have a couple clients to do the things you don't want to do, right? Me personally, I never had a team. I did everything myself. That's why I got really, really good at it. And that's why what I suggest that you do as well. You get really, really, really good at this. And then at least you could train somebody else to do it. If you wanted to bring somebody else on, you could have a VA do it. But typically, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month, you don't need a team. Maybe at 15 to 20, you could probably use a VA. But outside of that, don't need a team. Okay? Pricing. What do you price for these services? Look, in the beginning, you're going to probably price low because you're afraid to price high, right? So for rep management, let's say message marketing, we couple them together, $497 a month you can get, right? Me, I've been doing this a long time. I could probably get $997 to $1497 a month for those two services. Lead gen, $997 a month to $29.97 a month. It depends on the niche. What's their the biggest thing is like, what is their client value, right? So for a dentist, they're willing to pay a lot more because they're, I wouldn't say dentist, I would say like surgeon, right? They'd be willing to pay a lot more if you can actually get them more surgeries, right? They'll pay a lot of money for that because one client to them could be $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, if not more, right? So they would be willing, if you can get them one surgery a month, right? They probably would be willing to pay you $2,000, $3,000 a month easily. Tow truck company, can I get them 20 tows at $100? That's $2,000. So maybe I should charge them $750. So those are like the things that you kind of have to think about, right? And it's kind of common sense. You could Google these things. Like what's the average client worth to a tow truck company? What's the average client worth to a dentist? What's the average client? And you could just give you nationwide. You could even do it in your state. You could find all that. All that data is there. And that's the pricing and the making money, right? So that's they go hand in hand. So starting your digital marketing agency, I know this video is 30, 40 minutes, but the reality is that you can come in, even if you know nothing about anything, right? You can learn this business very easily. And if you have the fortitude between the ears and you solidify, you have your expectations and your dreams laid out, you solidify your decision by creating a company and having a company name, a company website, a phone number, and a logo. And you start to learn the services. How do I run rep management, message marketing, lead generation, SEO, Facebook ads, right? Under the lead gen umbrella, pay-per-click advertising. If I learn these things, then you just need to find the customers. Freelancer, Upwork, warm market. And by the way, most people will say to themselves, oh, I don't know any business owners. But the minute you realize that if you get good at this, you realize that you have a superpower to change business owners' lives, all of a sudden you're going to be farming your way through every single one of your friends because you're going to be excited to show them what you can do. Believe me, I went through it. Like I couldn't stop talking about this day in and day out. And I was getting referral after referral after referral. And so you have all the pieces to the puzzle. You can find the clients, team, build it. Maybe you don't need to build it. Again, how much do you want to scale? And pricing of the services, again, depends on the client value. You can Google that stuff, and then making money, collecting payments. We use Stripe. You can use QuickBooks. You can use PayPal. There's a ton of different ways to collect money. And actually, 2014, most of my payments were check, believe it or not. I was the old school way. They would send me the checks. We used to call it mailbox money because every first of the month, it's like owning a rental property. I own a lot of rental properties, and first of the month, walking through the door, knock, 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 or they send it in the mail. Rent is due, baby. Rent is due. Cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was informative and it makes a lot of sense and you got what you wanted to get out of this video. I'm going to be coming out with a lot more videos. So subscribe, like this, comment down below if you have any questions. I will answer them. I'm a big proponent of trying to give as much value and free information as possible on my YouTube channel. It's like this gears switched in my head. So comment down below. I'll answer them, and hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Talk soon. Peace.